All right, we got the second go around on this standard, completing the square. Okay. And remember, I'm gonna every time I give this, I'm gonna keep mentioning this. Your job. Just watch this. If I have to factor that, I'd go GCF, which there's not. It'd be 1. And the t-table. So 1 times 25 is 25, sum of 10. And I believe 1 and 25 it wouldn't be. Then 2, 3, 4 are not factors. How about 5 and 5? Yeah. So they got to make positive 10. So at least one of them's positive, and its sum means they're both positive. A is equal to 1. So I need 2 parentheses. So XX plus 5 plus 5. And since those are identical factors, we write that as a binomial squared. Okay? All right. Now, and again, you got a binomial squared because this was a perfect square trinomial. Okay. All right, what we need to do is write an expression for this where that can actually happen, where I would get the same 2 factors. And find the value for C that completes the square. Get rid of C. And you got to know that C equals parentheses B over 2 to the second. Okay. So B, well, the B term is 12. That would be 6 to the second. 6 times itself is 36. So put your 36 there, you're good to go. That's all you have to do there. All right, now I'm going to get this sheet here. And convert the equation from a standard form quadratic equation to a vertex form quadratic equation. There's 3 steps, okay? And you get this kind of guide. First step, y equals, we make a parentheses and kick the plus 3 out, cross him out. The a term must be 1x squared, which it is, so we just drop that down with its 12x. And we need to find a new c using the b over 2 squared formula. Plus blank, okay? So b over 2 to the second, and we have our b, obviously, that's 12. So I'll put a, b, and c goes out there. Okay, so I take my 12, divide it by 2, and that's 6 to the second, and that's 36. Now remember to cancel it later after the parentheses, so how do you cancel plus 36? You minus 36. Okay, and that's all I do on the first step. Okay, factor the new trinomial with the t-chart, and you should end up with identical factors. So t-chart time, and a times c. 1 times 36 is 36. Again, a times c. Sum of 12, and it should be the same 2 factors and that's 6 and 6. Okay, so that 12 is plus, so at least one of the 6's is plus, and it's a sum, so they're both plus. Okay, and the a is 1, so we don't have to worry about that. We make this into 2 parentheses, so it's xx, and then plus 6 plus 6. Then do the math outside. 3 minus 36 is negative 33. Okay, and then I can, last part, write the binomial squared. So x plus 6 to the second minus 33. Okay, and then the third one. Same idea, but you got, it's a little bit different, okay? Step 1, make your parentheses. A term must be 1x squared. So we need to kick that c out, minus 16. You don't just get rid of him, but you kick him out. And since that a term is not 1x to the second power, we need to divide the 4 out. And we also need to divide that by 4. So that 4 is out. and I get 1x squared plus 8x. And then we need to find a new c to go there using the b over 2 to the second formula. So 8 over 2 to the second, that's 4 to the second, and that's 16. Okay, now remember to cancel it later after parentheses, but you didn't just bring in 16. You brought in the product of 16 and 4. Okay? The product of 16 and 4 is 64. So you need this, it's positive 64. So you minus 64. All right, then after that's done, factor the new trinomial with the t-chart, and you should find identical factors in the trinomials from here. So 16 positive, sum of 8, and it's 4 and 4. 8's positive, so plus, plus. So we drop the 4. A's 1, so we need to make it into 2 parentheses, and x will work. Plus 4 plus 4. And then negative 16 minus 64 is negative 80. Okay, and then you just write that as a binomial squared. Boom.